In this live sales call, I close a local gym owner for $10,000 on a end-to-end AI automation solution for his gym. The kind of crazy thing about this example is that this actual gym owner was only making about $5,800 a month at the time through his gym, and he was not making money. So he was actually losing money. So the fact that he was willing to invest $10,000 into this service really says a lot about the demand that there is within the market for services like this. And just to kind of mention, I have an AI agency called Gym Members Now. I've been operating it for almost 7 years, and it originally was an automation agency, but with AI, it's been slowly turning into that. Automation and AI, really providing an end-to-end solution to fitness centers, yoga studios, local business owners. And over the last 4 years, I've done over $16 million in revenue, and I've done over $5.7 million in profit. So if you're looking to grow or start an AI automation agency, this video will give you an idea of what is possible, even with local business owners. All of the money that I've done with mine has been through local business owners. And real quick, the reason why I'm sharing this video, the reason why I'm sharing content like this is to, number one, show people that it's possible, that you can actually charge this much money for end-to-end AI solutions, especially to local business owners. But secondly, what I'm doing is I'd recently got my business valued and it was worth $5.4 million. And what my broker told me was, if you could help other people do the same thing that you've done with your end-to-end solution, that you could potentially roll up with them down the line to sell for a much higher multiple where you'd be able to make a lot more money. And so that is ultimately why I'm sharing this information. I'm trying to help as many people as possible to jump in on this AI opportunity that exists right now, which definitely won't be around forever, but really help them incorporate the solution, the system that I've developed over the last 6.5 years to help other business owners, specifically local business owners as well, so that eventually down the line, we could either partner up, merge, roll up, and exit for a much higher multiple, like an 8 to 9 figure exit. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you take some notes and really stay tuned, because this is a really good example of how to close somebody. Enjoy it.
There we go.
Awesome. Appreciate you hopping on.
Sorry about that.
No problem. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Where are you located out of?
In Canada.
Okay. Is that close to
Nope, other coast, East Coast.
Okay, got it. Cool. Well, why don't we just jump right into it? Tell me a little bit more about what you've got going on and how we can help.
So what we had before COVID, we were busier class-wise for sure. Here during COVID, I mean, we got shut down 3 different times. And basically what happened is a lot of my clientele is 35 and above. A lot of them didn't want to come to class-based stuff. So I pretty much just stopped worrying about the membership side of the business and worried about personal training. We got significantly busy personal training-wise, which is great. I do a ton of online training, which is nice, but the membership side of it has suffered, and that's what I want to bring back.
Okay. Got it. And so when it comes to the personal training side of things, yeah, I remember hearing you say that that's going really well. So when it comes to growing your membership base, why not just continue to grow your personal training side of the business, have a higher LTV per customer and work with less people? Or is that not something you're really interested in?
No, I want to do both.
Okay.
I mean, and we can continue. We've been able to grow on that. Where we're having issues is I haven't been able to create membership outside of it. So I'm like, okay, what we do is class-based. Like a lot of our stuff is class-based, right? We have some people that use Open Gym, but pretty much most of it is boot camp-based. We just don't have many of those people anymore. And, I knew before we did, so it would be nice to have that revenue stream back. What was that?
When you say training, is that mainly one-on-one? You're saying
One-on-one, yeah.
Okay, got it. So you used to do boot camp specific stuff. That's no longer really something you've been doing. It's mainly just one-on-one.
No, we still do it. It's just that there's nobody in it and I don't make money on it anymore.
Okay, understood. All right, so just walk me through top to bottom what your current process is right now to grow the gym.
But listen, I have not, like I said, I stopped pushing memberships pretty much completely because I was like, okay, well, if this is where we're going to be, COVID wise, I'm going to go online. I'm going to go one on one because I can get people in the door. So I've gone completely in that direction. So what we do is, well, pretty much all our advertising is based around, hey, look at this person they lost. I mean, we just do transformations. That's all we do now, which is great. Gets people in for one on one, but it would be nice to have the membership side of it as well. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't pushed that side of it at all because we had such a hard time doing it. We have a lot of competitors in that space. In the space of one on one and transformation, our competitors are pretty. There's not a lot of them.
Okay, got it. And so since it's all one-on-one, has that become a capacity thing where you can't really just pour it on as thick as you'd like just because of the capacity issue?
No, no. I mean, we could always take more one on one. It just would be nice to also have the classes not have 6 people in them because we used to have 30 people in them.
Okay, got it. So just to make sure we're on the same page here, like you could do more of the boot camp, you'd be interested in doing more of it. It's just right now you don't have enough people in it where you're not making money on it.
Well, we still do it. That's the thing. I still have membership. I still have people doing it. I'm just not making money on it now.
Yeah, and you're not making money on it because the capacity is not what it once was, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So glad we're on the same page there with that. So with what you're currently doing as far as transformations are concerned, how much are you currently spending or investing your time into marketing that and bringing people through the door?
I don't use a lot of money on it, but I do market a lot. We have a fairly good reach through social media, and then I have an online coach. I work with Brian Mark for online, and that brings in both online and in person because they're pretty much the same thing. I can sell to both of those people. Where
Uh-huh.
I have an issue is we just don't get. I haven't been doing any marketing, and I would like to learn how to do marketing for membership based, boot camp.
Okay, got it. And right now, how many people do you guys currently have coming through the door on average, like a month?
I mean, we probably do for personal training. We probably do 140, 150 sessions a week. I probably have 80 clients online that I just deal with online. But class based wise, we probably only have 55 clients.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm more so trying to understand your situation as far as the gym's growth. So in terms of new prospects coming through the door that you then have the opportunity to sell, like on average every 30 days, what does that look like right now?
Anybody that comes through the door is somebody I have my fingers on because I message them.
Okay, so
So how
there's
that works is,
no.
yeah. So how that
Okay.
works is we post a transformation picture of someone. We tag the person. It goes to their Facebook, Instagram, whatever. All their friends that comment on it. I then reach out to them, start a conversation with them, and bring them in.
Okay, got it. So that's your current strategy right now, right? To get people
Yes.
through the door. Okay. And then how many people would you say that's yielding on a monthly basis?
Online is busy. I probably do, on average, I'm probably doing 40,000 and above online every month.
Okay.
In person, probably less because a lot of that stuff, a lot of those clients that we have are online clients. So when somebody's like, "Oh, I saw so and so do X," well, what did they do? Well, then I obviously have to be honest and I tell them what they did online, and then they do it, which is great for me because online makes more money. However, I would if they're like say somebody's like, "Oh, but I would like to be in a gym setting," then I'm like, "Okay, great." Then I move them into that avenue, which is great. I just would like I don't know an option to bring people in the door outside of that for classes.
Okay, got it. So it sounds like that's kind of your Achilles heel for in person. You don't know how to get people coming through the door for that.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So why now? Trying to figure that out. If you're doing 40K a month online, I'm a little curious.
Because I want to make more money. Honestly,
Okay.
listen, online works great. I probably am going to do the first year I did online. I probably did about 100 grand. Second year was about 2. I'll probably do 550 this year. That's great, and I know that. But I also would like the gym to be making more money because I would like every piece of every revenue stream. I want it to be healthy. Online is very healthy. Personal training is sort of healthy. Class-based is not good. So I
Yeah,
want to fix that problem.
got it. And as far as your online's concerned, so is that the only way you grow it? Posting transformations and then nurturing leads that engage?
Yep.
That's incredible. I actually live at a place where I've got a friend that does over 200K a month online.
Oh, yeah.
He's about 27.
There's some people in my mastermind that are doing some crazy numbers,
Which
which is great.
mastermind?
And I work with Brian Mark.
Okay, Brian Mark. Do you know Jordan Duggar and Tanner
Yeah.
Chester? Okay.
Yeah, I know it is.
Yeah, my girlfriend works with Jordan Duggar, and Jordan Duggar's in my mastermind with Cole Gordon for online.
Oh, nice.
And he actually lives here. Cole Gordon lives here.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah. Well, very cool. You're connected. I've recently been speaking with a lot of online and gym people, and some people that have pretty much said, I'm done, with the gym. I'm just going to do the online thing because of the obvious benefits. But my business fitnesses. So
Yeah.
he's super into the gyms, and my COO has 7 Orange Theories here in Arizona. So we're very familiar with that, but also the online side of things. But was there something you wanted to say or mention?
No, well, I mean, for me, I look at it, I know I can probably build that online to significantly more than it is. Right now, presently, I basically, since anybody that's local to me, I always pitch them, hey, you can come to my gym. You can, if you want to do your workouts here, I'll give it to you free memberships. That brings them in. Or I'll be like, hey, just do your check-ins here and you can do your weigh-ins and measurements. And then I harvest those pictures and use them. So it's been great for that. So having the gym allows me to build more online because then the person, instead of having to worry about somebody taking a picture for me, I'm taking the picture and I'm doing the cut. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And what's the name of your gym? Okay. And then what's the name of your online? Okay. Got it. Yeah. Love talking to people that are doing online, especially ones that are doing well, because it's a cool business.
Oh man,
Not
when
that
I
gyms
started,
aren't,
I
but
thought I would be. I thought if I did like $10,000 a month, I'd be excited. And now I'm like, man, if I don't do 10,000 a week, I'm
that's
still
awesome.
bigger.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's really cool that you've grown it strictly by doing that, just organic posting and then just following up with the people. There's a lot of different ways you can. Obviously, paid ads is a way, a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult. Working a free group, so there's tons, and building your own free group.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you've got a solid. That's really cool.
That's the reason I reached out to you guys. I saw a bunch of your ads, and it was the same situation as I saw a bunch of his ads. I listened to some of his stuff. I'm like, that guy knows what he's talking about. I'm going to give this a try. It worked exceedingly well. So I'm like, all right, well, I need another coach who can teach me the stuff that I now need to learn.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we do. Like I said, my business partner, he recently just sold to a private equity company for over $100 million. So now he's going to go from 88 gyms to over 200. He's the second biggest Anytime Fitness owner. We work with a private equity company that has 270. We handle all their marketing.
Oh.
So you're definitely in good hands. There's no other company in this industry that has that type of experience. The reason why I'm his business partner is because I was able to market his gyms better than anyone else. So that's kind of how we came to be, how that partnership came to be. So going back to your gym and talking about that. So the biggest issue right now is getting people through the door. Right now with what you're doing, how many people would you say you're getting through the door on a monthly basis? How many new sales are you getting? How many people are you losing? Give me the whole thing so that we can really break down.
We're not getting much through the door, to be honest, because like I said, I haven't been concentrating on it, and I'll be honest, we're pretty much just staying even. If we gain one, we lose one. It's been
okay.
It's
been like that. It's been like that pretty consistently.
Yeah, we had a large drop off after COVID, obviously, and to rebuild that has been challenging.
Okay. And so the gym right now is doing about 6,800 or 7,500 a month. I think I heard that on the call.
Yep.
Okay. And it's been like that pretty consistently this whole year.
Yep.
Okay. And how many people are you losing, would you say, in-person clients a month?
Like one-on-one clients, or you're talking in boot camp?
Boot camp, one-on-one, just in person across the board at the gym.
I would say we don't lose a ton. I mean, we probably lose 2 or 3, but I mean, we gain on the personal training side. We continue to grow, so we're gaining. which is good.
Okay.
On the membership side, we're just stagnant.
Okay. Which is the side that you want to focus on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Got it. And as far as it being stagnant, going back to, like why now and why haven't you fixed this before? Have you ever worked with a marketing agency specific or a consulting group specific
No.
to in-person?
Have not.
Okay. Got it. Have you ever run any ads for your gym?
I run a bunch of different ads. It never worked real well, and then Facebook blocked me from doing ads. So that was about the end of that.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Interesting. Okay. So just in terms of the goal, the overall goal for the gym, where would you like it to be?
I'd like to have, in class wise, I'd like to have 200 members,
Okay. And right now, where are you?
probably 55.
Okay. And then what would that do in terms of revenue?
Well, it'd be 3 times higher.
And
It
is that
also-
like,
It also would help significantly in so far as that we would be able to peel some of those people off into personal training. So it adds positive to the personal training side.
okay, got it. So it would be a feeder program into the personal training as well.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And so to make that happen realistically, to go from 55 now to 200, you're obviously going to have to increase people coming through the door significantly.
Yep.
Right. So tell me this, if you had 4 times more people coming through the door, would you be confident in closing them?
We have space because we used to have about 220 members. So we've done it before.
Okay. Got it. And COVID changed that and you just haven't been able to get back.
Yes.
Okay. So you're really just trying to get back to where you once were.
On that side of it, yeah.
Okay. Got it. And what else have you tried to really kind of fix and address that?
Actually, to be honest, I've just concentrated on the personal training and online side because it made money, and I'm like, there's one
Yeah.
of me. So I
That's what
haven't
it
tried
sounds
anything.
like. It sounds like you did change. You went online and you've been successful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Okay. So now it's, I went in a different direction. I've had success with it, but I'd like to try and get this back to where it once was. Right.
Agreed.
Okay. Got it. So like I said, to get you to go from 55 boot camp members to now over 200 boot camp members like before, you're going to have to make a ton of sales. To make a ton of sales, you're going to have a ton of volume, right? Where right now you're not getting anyone and it's been stagnant pretty consistently for the past couple of years.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else that you think you might want to share as far as that situation in particular?
Not really, no.
Okay. Any long-term goals as far as the gym is concerned, having multiple locations, or you just want to get this one?
I've had multiple. Pre-COVID, I had 3 of them. We contracted down to 1 because it was, obviously not a great situation. I don't want to do that again. It's too much for me.
Okay. Got it. So the whole goal is really to just take this gym back to where it once was so that you can continue focusing in on online and keep using this as more of that, almost like a marketing asset for your online business.
Yes.
So you have more testimonials, more proof of concept, more authority for your online.
Agreed.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down for you exactly how we can make that happen. Because like I said, if you're going to 4X your business, you need a ton of traffic, which is going to then result in a ton of sales. Which you've got, you just don't know how to get people through your door. So really what we do, it's 5 things. Like I said, my business partner owns a ton of gyms, so we're very knowledgeable in this space. But what we do is done for you marketing and consulting. So the first thing that we would do for you is we would take your list of prospects, inactive members, canceled members, and we would reach out to them on your behalf via a text blast. So we're going to reach out to them for you so that you don't have to. And what we're going to then do is get them to come through your door so that you can then sell them a transformation and get them in that boot camp. So that's the specific offer that we're going to reach out to them for, and we're going to nurture them through your door for you. Have you done that recently? Reached out to those old prospects and active members?
No.
Okay, so do you see how that could get you a lot of low-hanging fruit through the door to then bump that up a bit?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that would be the first thing that we would do. The second thing that we would do is we would have you recreate a lot of images with your customers and clients, men and women of all different age groups, based off images that we know work. So we would have you recreate those images based off what we know would work so that we have them for men and women of all different ages, so that we can position your gym differently than all the competition around you. Because the reality is, you know, when it comes to offers and promoting a gym, everyone kind of runs the same stuff. How do you stand out? You speak directly to each market segment in a different way, where you can really connect with people, right? Where you're connecting with people with transformations. They see somebody, kind of makes them think of themselves. You hit them up. They're like, this guy's going to help me get where I want to get. Right? He helped him. He kind of reminds me of them. So that's what we would do from there, is we'll be able to position your gym in a way that it really connects with each specific market segment, where we're not just carpet bombing everyone with the same exact message. So the ad I would get would not be the ad you get. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm 27. Yeah, the ad my dad gets would not be the ad you or I get. Right?
Right.
We're different avatars. So that's what we do from there. And then before we turn any type of marketing on, what we would do is a market test. So we would take the money that you collect from those reactivations that we run from you and use that as an ad budget so that you don't have a direct expense in marketing. And then we're going to take $500 for that first week of running ads to test to see how receptive your market is, and based on your availability to take new appointments. Right? So if we're going to 4X your business, someone's going to need to have good availability to take on a lot of volume and sell a lot of people, right? If we can address your issue of volume, we now just need someone that can take the appointments and sell people, which you can clearly do. You just need people coming through the door, right?
Exactly.
So that's what we would do. And the reason why is because we're not going to waste your money, and we're going to be able to see what we need to spend to get you to that volume. Because every market's different. We're not going to know exactly what we need to spend up until we start running ads in your market.
Okay.
Right? So that's what we would do thirdly. And then fourth, we're going to follow up with all the leads that we generate for you so that you don't have to. Obviously, you have a lot of stuff on your plate. You're crushing it online. You're probably doing a lot of stuff at the gym. If we start generating you 100 leads a month, which is the type of volume you're going to need, there's probably no way in hell you're going to be able to follow up with them effectively. All 100 of them, right?
True.
And because of that, you're not going to be able to get the volume that you need. So what we do is we handle the entire follow-up process, and we do it via text and call-in. Because of that, we're able to get about 35 to 50% of the leads we generate to walk through your door.
Oh, okay.
When we've had staff do it, they typically get about 10 to 15%.
Right.
So it's about a 3 to 5x increase. And the great thing about it is you don't have to spend your time doing it. All you have to do, give us your availability. We're going to stack you full of appointments. Look to see what the conversation was before the appointment comes in, because they think they've been speaking with you. We're pre-qualifying them. We're asking them what their goals are. And then you just need to take that appointment so you're prepared ahead of time. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Perfect. And then the last thing we would do is this, is we would onboard you. We would develop the specific roadmap to get you trained up on this process so that we can make sure once we start bringing people through your door, number one, you're going to convert at a very high rate, which I'm sure you'll do. You're clearly good at sales and very, very experienced at that, but we're going to work with you and get clear on your process and coach you on it to ensure that we're on the same page and you're crushing it. But then we're also going to work with you on integrating our systems into your business so that you can really run this thing in a streamlined way to mitigate the growing pains and bottlenecks that come along with building out a $30,000 or $40,000 a month small group training program. If you're as good at sales as I think you are, you literally just need people coming through your door. That's the gap between you doing $40K a month online, $40K a month in person.
Yep.
There's no doubt that you could do that. You just need people coming through your door. You're going to close them if they're coming in, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Well, why don't I do this? Let me show you an example of what this looks like to give you some perspective. And I'll actually show you one in Canada, because we work with a lot of gyms up in Canada and they do extremely well. And I think it was because of how hardcore you guys got locked down during COVID. There's so many people in your all's areas that really want to come in if you know how to market a gym and training effectively. But does all that make sense?
It does. Yep.
Okay, cool. So just again, to kind of like, in conclusion, we're going to handle your marketing. We're going to position your gym in a way that it's very specific to each person and not generic. We're going to run reactivations to get that low hanging fruit that you already have through the door. You're going to sell them into the boot camps so that we can create an ad fund. We're going to then take that money, spend it in a week to see what type of money we need to spend based off your availability and how receptive your market is. And then from there, we're going to be able to tell you exactly how much money we need to spend so we don't spend either too much or spend too little to realistically get you to the goal of 4Xing your business.
Gotcha.
Can you see my screen? Probably not that easy. Okay, cool. So this is what our dashboard looks like. This is an example. I know this is on the other side, right?
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle.
Okay, got it. Well, we work with I don't think we work with any and no. That's
Yes, sir.
yeah. I think you'll be the first, but this is what our this is what our dashboard looks like. So you can see here it has total number of leads, total number of appointments, and then you have total number of shows and total number of sales. So this just represents what's come through our marketing. This doesn't represent anything that they've gotten through their website, any walk-ins, call-ins, referrals. All this is tracking is exactly what came from our marketing because we drive our traffic to our own landing page. So that's just one thing that I want to make clear. That's all you're seeing here. But so far, we've generated them 234 leads. We've been working with them since May 19. They've had 134 appointments. We've handled the follow-up, so they didn't have to do any of that. We just booked them in. And they've had 109 people show up in 2 months. So if you had 109 people show up in 2 months, how many do you think you would close?
Well over 50%.
Right. So they closed not too great, 20K in 2 months. So about 10K plus a month, right?
Yeah.
Craziest thing about this, if I show you this one, so this is the ad account. So this is the date range, right, that we've been working with them. If I scroll down to their campaigns, I've got them checked for this specific example. So here, if I look and see how much we've spent overall, we've only spent $1,600 to generate 20 grand.
Quite the return on our investment.
Right. Absolutely. And the coolest part about it, again, is all you have to do is give us your availability, and we're going to do everything else to get these people booked in a show.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, just in terms of the process, what do you think?
Listen, I like it. I like what you guys are doing. It sounds smart.
Yeah. In terms of it helping you 4X your business, do you see how this could work?
100%.
Okay. So you tell me, where do you want to go from here?
How do we go through the process of starting?
So this is what it would look like. I'd get you signed up. Then I would book a welcome call for you to hop on with my head of client success, Chad. What he'll do from there is he'll do a deep dive into your current business and outline your roadmap based off your business, based off your assets, and based off you and your time to get you onboarded and trained up. It typically takes about 4 weeks before we start doing anything because we're working with you on getting these systems set up and integrated into your business because we want to make sure we have a very solid foundation before we start piling on 50 plus people through your door a month, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we would do. And then from there, we'd start those reactivations where we'd be able to collect a lot of money up front, get some new sales without spending any money on marketing. And then we take that money, once you're in a position to succeed in terms of the sales process, once we grade you out, at that point, we would then turn the ads on, run that market test for a week to determine how much we need to spend, and then determine if we just want to pour gas on the fire. You know, if you're closing above 50%, things get really crazy. Because like I said, if you realistically want to 4X your business, you're going to need this type of volume. And if your close rate's 60, 70%, which we have tons of people who are, this guy owns 5 gyms, right? So he's not an owner operator. He's got an employee there taking the sales, where if you're taking the sales, I'm sure you do a lot better. But does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So it's a 4-month program. The way it works is it's 10K.
Okay. Let's do it. Send me what you need to send me and we'll get going.
Okay, what I can do is I'll process the invoice right now. I'll shoot you over the DocuSign. And then what we can do is get that welcome call scheduled, and I'll just get some additional information from you on the gym so that we can move forward. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Do you have your card on you?
I don't, because I have left everything at home today. I'm in a disaster. Send me what you need to send me, and I'll go get it done.
Okay, cool. Well, why don't I do this? I'll get the welcome call booked, get everything moving forward program, okay?
Sounds good.
And in terms of your availability, do you have at least 20 hours a week to take
Oh yeah,
appointments?
it'll either be me or my I have a gym manager. She's a good salesperson as well, so
Cool.
I'll probably
Because
dump a lot of that stuff to her. Yeah.
then we'll want to have her on the welcome call as well so that we can start
100%.
onboarding her. Yeah, to have her tied into this because she's going to be vital. And like I said, we won't get anything started in terms of marketing until she's passed. Can you tell me your cell phone number? And then I'm going to make a 3-way group text between you, Chad, and myself. That way
Okay.
you have his information.
There we are.
There's the dream team. How are you two doing?
Good, thank you.
Good, good. How's the day going so far? You guys busy?
It's always a little busy.
Good busy?
Yeah, any busy is good busy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Awesome. So nice to meet you. The one next to you here. What's your name?
She's my gym manager.
Rose, nice to meet you. How's your day going?
Busy.
Busy too?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for jumping on, guys. I'll make this quick. Today's more just initial meet and greet. I'll give you guys a few homework assignments. I know that sounds silly, but very easy stuff just to get lead lists, those type of things. Because Jacob a little bit yesterday. We'll need a few things on our end to get prepared for it. Love that you're taking notes here, Rose, which is great. I'll send you a recap email too, so I'll have most
That
of
would be
the
wonderful.
to make it easier for you, and then I'll also have the Fathom link, which is this recording, and then I'll have my email, my phone number, all that stuff too. So if you ever guys need to get a hold of me, you can definitely do that too, which is perfect.
Awesome.
So I'll be your guys' sidekick throughout this.